there's a big one going around, and this topic is very sensitive for me, cancel culture, because of how negative people have been on TikTok, and this TikTok audience, and this TikTok room audience of really negative fans that are just waiting for us to fail. And I think that a lot of people don't understand how negative stuff affects us in real life. And I just wanted to open up about, first off, I wanted to open up for the first time about when I got canceled 7 months ago, that every morning off camera, when my friends were sleeping at 7 a.m., when I was going through my drama, I would wake up and throw up every morning because it was hard to wake up with the comments that I was getting, with the stuff I was going through that a lot of people still don't know, and the negative thoughts that went through my head during that time. And I know that a lot of people have been through the same thing, waiting till something's posted on TikTok room. What is it today that's gonna make me feel like shit about myself? Like, that's a very normal thing for us in this influencer world. And it's crazy to me that one of the things that really bothered me yesterday, right when I woke up and checked TikTok room, my daily schedule, was Vinny posted a video with a girl, whatever, and people's first thought, the audience's first thought, is to go look at this girl's Twitter, to stalk 3 years back, to find anything to cancel them over. It's like, I'm fully for holding people accountable, and for, like, when people actually do wrong and people do things like break the law and do things that are unbelievably wrong, which influencers have done in the past, I believe in holding them accountable. That is 100% fair. But there's a difference between holding people accountable and researching to find an opinion that you disagree with to then send death threats to someone. Like, you guys, these fans bullied this girl off the internet one day into being like on TikTok room. Like, the fan base there, it's kind of disgusting that the hate is so normalized now. Like, telling people to kill yourself is a very standard thing now. Like, when I get people coming into the influencer world and they come and talk to me and they want advice about anything, I let them know, like, oh yeah, by the way, you're going to deal with a lot of people telling you to kill yourself. Like, that's pretty standard. That is just a normal thing. And we are very fortunate to be in the positions we are, and I'm very grateful. But the negativity is at an all-time high, and I don't know if it's because of quarantine or if it's just the TikTok audience itself that is just very negative. But what's going on right now with the D'Amelios, this happens whenever people get too famous. The world is just waiting for them to do something wrong. And in this case, it's how they acted in a video, or whatever people's thoughts on that are. Telling a 16-year-old girl to kill herself because you didn't like the way she acted in a video on their family channel. Like, that's where it's come to now, is people are just waiting. They notice that Charli's getting close to 100 mil, so they need to find something to destroy her. They need to find anything. Is Charli a perfect 16-year-old girl? No. She's a young 16-year-old. Her sister is 19. They're both new in this industry. I have known them since they were literally at 4,000 or 5,000 followers. Dixie had like 1,000 or 2,000 when I first talked to them. And no one knows them behind the cameras as well as their friends and family. Now, just because people make mistakes doesn't mean that you need to send death threats to them, or that needs to be what they're known for. It's unreal that that's the standard now. When people make mistakes, you're supposed to hold them accountable and educate them. You're not supposed to ruin their lives publicly. You're not supposed to spam them with comments about ending their life. You're supposed to hold people accountable and educate them. That's the whole reason there's public platforms, and that's what I stand by. There's nothing wrong with that. But I've noticed that people tend to get targeted based on who they are and depending on how many followers they have and all that. And it's hard for me to see my friends be going through stuff like that. And I've seen it time and time and time and time and time again. And we all feel like we can't speak out on anything that doesn't involve us. Anything that has to do with their friends, people are afraid to speak out on. When I went through my drama, one of the only people that stood up for me publicly was Cover. And this brought her into the drama and got her canceled for another 3-4 months. This bullying mentality is the reason why you see people not standing up for their friends when they're going through something publicly, because it then gets you involved in their drama. And I extremely disagree with this mentality. I think that it's a mob mentality that keeps us from defending our friends and having each other's backs. And I just don't agree with that. I also don't care about that. Like, I will have my friends' backs no matter what. Charli and Dixie are amazing people. They might have their flaws. They might not be perfect, but no one's perfect. I think this idea of holding influencers to a higher standard than normal people is ridiculous. We are human. We make a lot of mistakes. We like literally are nowhere near perfect. I will not defend us in any way like that. I've made tons of mistakes. My friends have made tons of mistakes. But I don't think that means that this fan base needs to be so insanely negative and so... It starts to be detrimental for people's mental health being in this world. And I don't think it was like that before social media. I think that actors and actresses got criticism on movies and such, but it's at an all-time high with how negative people treat us online. And this Charli and Dixie drama is a perfect example of that. And I don't want to just not have their backs because I'm afraid that they're the people who are mad at them right now and then they'd be mad at me. I don't think that's how we should live our life. And I would have any of my friends' backs if they needed it. And so I just wanted to go live and kind of try to set a good example for our audiences. And yeah, that was really it. I love you all, and I just wanted to put my little 2 cents out there for everyone and kind of have my friends' backs during this time.